freedom. But who am I to bring you down? It's only right that you should play it the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound. Dreams are lonely, it's like a heartbeat drives you mad. Oh, the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost. Yeah, what you had.
Cuevas.
And what you lost. Oh, and the thunder only happens when it's raining. And players, they only love you when they're playing. I said, hey, women, yeah, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you
Hey, Cody, can you hear that all right?
will know.
Johnny Dixon. Hi.
I see the crystal vision.
Change up the intro music tonight a little bit.
Keep my visions to myself.
This is my boys from Blacktop Mojo featuring Alex Smith from the Bigsby's.
What have you winning dreams you like to sell? Dreams of loneliness like a heartbeat drives you mad. Oh, the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost. You know what you had and what you lost. Oh, and the thunder only happens when it's raining. The players, they only love you when they're playing. And I said, hey, women, yeah, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. Oh, you will know. You will know. Thunder only happens when it's raining. And players, they only love you when they're playing. Nothing will you, they will come and they will go. So when the rain washes you clean, you know. You will know. Like a heartbeat drives you mad. Like a heartbeat drives you mad. Like a heartbeat drives you mad. Drives you mad. Drives you mad.
All right, man. I'm a huge Fleetwood Mac fan, and we picked this song up and started playing it on the Edge Radio US last week. This is by one of our favorite bands, Blacktop Mojo, the boys from Texas. We love these guys. We tried to go see them last Saturday night, but we were unable to in New Orleans. Had put in a call to them and was going to see them, but just weren't able to get there. But this is a song Blacktop Mojo has covered for. It's a Fleetwood Mac song, Dreams, huge hit. They found this guy named Alex Smith, who is, I believe he's the lead singer of a band called the Bigsbys or Bigsby. He was doing this song acoustic in a bar or restaurant or something in Texas. The guys from Blacktop Mojo heard it, loved his voice, loved the way he did the song. And they said, look, let's get in the studio and do this. So they got in the studio. The lead singer of Blacktop Mojo was doing backup. Blacktop Mojo, the band, was playing the music for the song. The guy, Alex Smith, has got a really good voice. This was just a really cool song. I liked it so much. I changed up from my boys, Killj. Now, Killj are my boys, and they're the ones that had the Rain Down as the opening song for this show. But I just really wanted to play this because I do have a lot of people that listen and watch the show that are my age that remember Fleetwood Mac and remember this song came out. I've heard Bad Company, Korn, Hole, oh crap, who? The Dixie Chicks, just a ton of bands cover, Sarah McLachlan cover this song, and I've got to tell you, out of everyone I have heard cover this song, this is the best version I have ever heard of it. It is unbelievable. You can check that out. Alex Smith, Blacktop Mojo, Dreams. It's on YouTube. I'll have it posted up after the show. You can also listen to it on the Edge Radio US. And if you wonder how you get to the Edge Radio US from Facebook, you can go to the Edge Radio US's page, and up in the top it says Use App. Click it. It'll install the app for you. Or if you got an Android phone, you can go to the Google Play Store and you can download The Edge Radio US. It's our app. Check it out. All right, so welcome everybody to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. I am Johnny Blender, and I want to start tonight by welcoming everybody. I got a few people on here, so I welcome all y'all, the people who will listen later on the playback on the Edge Radio US. I want to welcome you as well. I want to give a big shout out, as I was doing in the intro music, to some of our sponsors. And there's always my favorite people, the Begans at racersdirect.net. Now, if you call racersdirect.net and you use the discount code for whatever you get, use the discount code WCC and you'll get 5% off your order and free shipping on whatever you order, your entire order. So be sure and check with those. Racers Direct, RJS Safety Equipment, South Carolina Motorplex. We love the people at South Carolina Motorplex. Performance Two-Way, Renegade Racing Fuel, racers that win, pour it in. D&M Graphics, Surreal Studio, our boy Eddie Milburn with Crazy Thing Art, and hey, the Edge Radio US. Big shout out to Cummins Motorsports for all they do for us, and they are great people. Mr. Larry, Britt, Slate, and baby boy Cole. These guys are a class act. And with it being racing season, I don't get to talk to them as much as I'd like to because they are always on the road. But they just keep racing and they just keep winning. And Mr. Larry got his new car out, I think, 2 weeks ago. And the father of the clan is killing it. The Cummins Motorsports, Mr. Larry is he's the guy who founded it. And Mr. Larry is still out there slamming gears and tearing it up. So if you get a chance, so we've got some races coming up. The Great American Bracket Race that will be coming up in September. We're going to start covering it a little more next week. We're going to be having some call-ins for people that are involved in that and people that are going to be racing at that. We're also going to try to see if Johnny Bracket Racer Ezel's sister will call in because we know Johnny won't. His sister won't let him. But we're going to push that and see what happens. And, yeah, so it'll be really interesting. So we got a lot of stuff coming up in the next few weeks. We also don't do a lot of shout out for local companies. Cummins Motorsports is a local company that we support, and we do we talk about them as much as we possibly can without getting on people's nerves. And I would do it more if I could. But I want to give a big shout out to Smitty Supply in Roseland or Arcola. What is that? Roseland or Arcola? Roseland, Louisiana. I'm working something with them and hopefully be bringing their line of aerosols to tracks and events near you soon. They've got some really good products. We use a lot of their stuff in the trailer. We've got their brake cleaner, their carb cleaner. penetrating oil, their silicone sprays. We got all of our aerosols that we have in the trailer and in the shop. We use from that. We use theirs, Smitty's. And I got to tell you, when you look at all the major parts house chains and the products that they have, their stuff's $4, $5, $6 a can. Smitty's stuff is as good, if not better, and a much better price on more bargain for your dollar.
Bang for your
More
buck.
bang for your buck. I didn't want to say that. I was trying to say something a little bit. Bargain for your dollar, but bang for your buck is what I was thinking the whole time.
Yeah, bro, don't fix
it. That's it. So we will be finding out and doing some stuff with them. If you haven't had time to check out the Edge Radio US, it's our radio station. It's a internet radio station. We're a fan of rock and roll. If you're a fan of rock and roll, this is a station you got to check out. The Edge Radio US. You can download the app, like I was saying earlier. You walk over here eating cookies.
Sometimes you just need a cookie.
Well, try not to. You didn't have to put 3 of them in your mouth at one time.
One cookie.
All right. But look, we have classic rock and roll, and we've got some really cool bands like my boys with Kill J. We're gonna talk about them. Kill J. These guys are awful. Awesome. I said awful. I'm about to go. I can't go back and edit this out. Y'all hear me play their music every week. I love Kill J. I can't believe I said that. It just came out.
Moonshine.
I have not had enough moonshine yet.
Okay, that's the problem. Okay.
Oh, but I love those guys, Kill J. And we've also got music from Blacktop Mojo. We've got music from Stone Broken, Torn Down.
Yeah.
And the always hot Miss Lizzie Hale and Hailstorm. Frank DeBenedetta's got some new music coming out that we're going to have on the station pretty soon, so you'll be able to check that out. And look, just because you hear me talk about these names and check out their stuff, what is a download of a good song? Like that Blacktop Mojo song with Alex Smith. It's 99 cents, 90 cents, something like that. Man, help support these guys. These aren't the big rock and roll guys. And on the station, the classic music, we've got Ozzy Osbourne, we've got Triumph, we've got Zebra, we've got AC/DC, Aerosmith, Ted Nugent.
We're rocking.
We've got great music on the station. So please, if you get a chance, take 10 minutes out of your day and listen to it. I think you'll like it.
New band.
Huh?
Friday night. We're supposed to meet a new band, remember?
We are supposed to be at casinos in Covington, Louisiana, Mandeville, Louisiana. And we will be there meeting and greeting and listening to Bag of Donuts, a Louisiana band.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff. They do some originals. They do some covers. They've been on the circuit for a while. They're a hometown band. So yeah, Bag of Donuts. I'm excited about that.
I don't know if they're coming in makeup or not. They had done their last album. They did it. It was unmasked.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was okay.
Yes, I don't know.
So we'll have to see. There's 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, 5. Okay. So yeah, Bag of Donuts. We'll see them at casinos.
Yes.
Mandeville, Louisiana, next Friday night or Saturday night? This Friday night. Oh, night after next.
I think they're Friday and Saturday.
Oh, that's cool. So if you're in this area, if you're in South Louisiana and you'd like to check out a really good band, come see Bag of Donuts at casinos. And if you know what we'll do is we'll take some stuff. We'll take some swag down there with us. And to the first couple of people that come up to either me or the Twisted Southern Horror Queen, author Lynn Gibson, we'll give you free stuff.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay.
You want to do that?
And hand them a box of condoms and a box of crayons and tube of super glue.
Not what you give the kids for trick or treat.
Yes, it is.
But another thing is I looked down at my notes and I saw if you want to advertise your company or business or whatever you do on the Edge Radio, we've got some great advertising rates starting at $99. Yep. So let us know what we can do to help you. We've got some really good commercials on the station now. We've got We've got the new intro for the upcoming Gulf Coast Fan Fest, which is going to be star-packed.
Man, that's awesome. And Mike Inslee did that.
Mike Inslee, yeah, I sent him a
That's so
message.
cool.
They got a commercial up that's running. It's running every 20 songs. It's really awful. I keep wanting to say awesome,
Do this. You got here on me.
and awful keeps coming out.
I know how that.
So yeah, just hold on. I think
look terrible. I think that's what it is. You keep looking
that
over there
I'm
and
telling
going,
you,
awful.
you don't have any makeup or anything
I know.
on tonight, and you're sitting over there staring at me, and
That Kathy Bates looking.
there's just not
eyes.
enough stuff in my line of view to obstruct you. I'm picking. I love you. So yeah, man, we got yeah, the Edge. I did a station report before I came on the air tonight, and we're in 32 countries.
Wow.
This week we picked up Japan, Newfoundland, which I think is part of Canada, but Newfoundland.
Yes.
United Arab Emirates,
Oh,
and Venezuela.
cool.
So all the rich people in Venezuela because the poor people don't have no power, so they're not listening to the Edge Radio. But the rich people in Venezuela are listening to the Edge Radio US.
That's awesome.
So that's good. And don't forget, we've also got another commercial that Brian Held did for us. Brian Held has a radio show called The Weekend Geek. Him and Dave DeCorbier do The Weekend Geek on WRNO in New Orleans, a terrestrial radio station. Big one, been around for a long time. It's all talk now, but it used to be WRNO used to be We're the Rock of New Orleans.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, I grew up listening to that.
Me too.
And but they've got they did a commercial for us, and we are running their show, A Weekend Geek. We're running it on Monday nights. It starts at 7:00. It covers
Anything geek.
pretty much the name of the show says it,
But man, he's got some big names.
but he
Yes.
does bring in big names to
Yeah.
interview and talk with. So it's really cool. And then we got Mark Klingham, and Jerm Farrah.
Yeah.
And the guys from Kill J and the rest of the Real Pop Culture crew come on after that and do a show for 2 hours. They had 2 episodes of their show, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It depends on how much beer they're drinking, because they all make beer, so they start drinking. And so, but yeah, the Edge Radio is picking up. We're growing slowly but surely. We're looking at that as trying to make rock and roll great again. I mean, rock and roll has always been great, but now all this pop crap and just there's so much. I mean, there's what is her name that tried to Lizzie Devato? What's her?
Demi
Devato. Tried to heroin OD the other day, and she's got songs with like 3 words in it that she sings for 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, and it's the same 3 or 4 words.
It's all just bubble gum.
It's just
like
it's trash. I don't like it. It's trash. But yeah, check out the Edge Radio US. We got some really cool music, some cool shows. We've got coming back next Tuesday night. The followers of the Southern Horror Queen. She's taking a little break after 2 years, and will be kicking off her new show next Tuesday night at 7 Central Time. So show her some love. Tell your friends that like it creepy to tune in next Tuesday night to the Twisted Southern Horror Queen.
That would be me. And I had an announcement this weekend.
You have an announcement. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, there will be a live feed sometime this weekend. Y'all will just have to keep your eye on the Southern Horror Queen.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Surprise. Y'all don't want to miss out on it.
Cool. I see DW Hare and Uncle Dub is tuned in. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I got a whole bunch of messages here. My screen is not scrolling down. So let me see. I missed Chris Johansson. Hey, dude.
Hey, Chris.
Are you going to be my crew chief on this dragster or what? Give me a call or come see me or let's get together. Big Prevail, how you doing, brother? Another one of the Picayune Connection is online tonight. My buddy, Charlie Benson, has joined in. Charlie and Rafaela Tantilla Benson from Gardner, New York. Charlie Benson, I got to tell you that I'm glad there was no pictures other than just y'all riding on the scooter. I really didn't want to see pictures of y'all on the scooter last weekend, but y'all were having a good time, and that was the best of it. And Charlie Benson's got the Bad Boys front engine dragster, so he's a big fan favorite anyway.
He can get on a scooter.
I'm telling you, he can get on a scooter. It was probably their pit bike. Cole Vining has joined. He has joined us himself tonight.
Oh my God! I bet Waylon did it.
Oh, Waylon came by. We had Waylon Vining here, our little monster 8-year-old. It's every bit of 3 feet tall.
I love that kid.
He came in. He came here last weekend. He got to meet the Twisted Southern Horror Queen, and we had a real good time talking with him. They got rained out last weekend, so Waylon didn't get to win last weekend.
Oh man.
Chris Johansson just checked in. He said he uses Smitty Supply, good products.
Yes.
So let's see. Oh no, it cannot be. It cannot be. Justin Archody has joined. The little Chody.
Chody.
Man, I saw Justin, a picture of Justin not too long ago. You remember when he was a little snot-nosed kid running around out in the shop, sweating to death, and I was trying to work him to death? Man, he's turned out to be a pretty good guy. He looks like he's turned into a hell of a man. But he had a good father. He had a real good father, so that helped a lot. The one that has joined.
My baby.
Eddie Verrett, our son. He's tuning in from Andrews, Texas. Mike Harder has joined. Man, we got Mike Harder, the 405 connection from Oklahoma out. We had Cody Hollers has joined. Mike Harder has joined. Chad Bankston has joined. Hey man, how you doing, Chad? When y'all gonna come see me? Ronnie and Lori Owens have joined.
Bring some coconut moonshine, Chad.
Chad?
Yeah.
Why would Chad have coconut moonshine?
Well, if he's gonna come see you, tell him to bring some coconut moonshine.
Chad Bankston don't have no coconut moonshine.
We tell him where to stop and pick it up.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
we
bad.
We can fix that.
I see Cody and Mike are talking to each other this week.
Oh Lord.
Hey man, thanks, Ronnie. No, I just had a little bit of. I shaved it off. It'll grow back. I just took it off for a little while. I wanted to be babyface for a while. So yeah, I actually, to tell you the truth, I was trimming it the other night, and the razor took a mind of its own and ate like one side of it. And after about 20 minutes of trying to trim it and shape it, there was just no way to fix that shape.
You came in here looking like Hitler.
Well, half of Hitler. It was actually the opposite of Hitler. Hitler just had like the little patch under his nose. Everything under my nose was gone. Good afternoon, Uncle Dub. Waylon says, hey, Mr. John.
Hey, Waylon.
We love Waylon. Hey, well, I can send you a schedule, Chris, of everywhere we've got coming up. If you want to go on the road a little bit and do a little road trip, me and Chris Johansson together after 38 years.
Oh my God.
Chris was cool, man. Chris, I liked Chris. He had this green Impala.
Yeah.
Man, it was cool. He
thought I was an angel.
He thought, yeah. Trust me, she's not. Let me scroll down here. Cody said he's talking to Mike because he feels sorry for him. Mike Nicole has joined. Andrews, Texas. Hey, no, my son loves it there. He loves it there. Cody said I drove. Cody says he don't want to rub salt in any wounds or anything. He said, but I drove out of his life, so I feel kind of sad. Man. All right, so let's see. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy, 3-time Top Fuel World Champion Larry Dixon, and his team will be headed to Grand Bend, Ontario this weekend, racing his single-seat Top Fuel car. I spoke with Larry this week, and he was excited to be heading to Grand Bend Motorplex. They have a big event this weekend. It's the 19th annual Mopar Canadian Nationals. They've got 300 plus mile an hour top fuel cars, including NHRA 3-time world champion Larry Dixon, and IHRA champion Bruce Litton. They'll be there. Let's see. Oh, they've got A Fuelers, Eastern Canada's 2 premier cars of Veal and Mercier. Veale. Is that Veal or Vale?
I don't think it'd be Veal.
Veal, okay. 250 mile an hour Nostalgia Nitro funny cars, 230 mile an hour Nitro Harleys, 3 jet trucks. Let's see. And 280 mile per hour jet dragster.
Holy God.
No, I look after I know they've got the wheel standing fire truck that does in quarter mile wheelies all the way back, 250 mile an hour pro mods, nitrous blown turbo combos, new and old body styles, all in one class. Outlaw 10.5 inch, 10.5 match races, 8th mile. They say these cars are too violent to run quarter mile.
Oh.
Yeah, Canada's fastest bracket racing program. Top sportsman dragsters, 180 to 200 mile an hour competitors, plus a couple of hundred of sportsman cars. So this is going to be a really big event in Ontario. Grand Bend Motorplex.
I was actually just looking up some haunted history in Ontario.
Well, do you think if you could find some haunted history in Ontario, we could maybe go up there next year and catch one of their races? Suzanne joined has
Susan Jones.
Susan Jones has joined. Man, I'm just this.
Have another sip. There you
More
go.
moonshine. Hold on.
Okay.
I finished that off. Suzanne Jones is just back from her world tour of Iola, Wisconsin, where she loved it there. She's going back. Her husband Mike has booked another week up there at the beautiful lake cabin that they stayed at. I heard that she just loved it. It was wonderful. So I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? That was supposed to be a surprise from Mike, wasn't it?
You're going to get Mike beat.
Oh, man. Thank you, Mike Nicole. He says, I clean up very nice.
Susie's going to make Mike Jones a pot of grits.
Charles Cruz has joined. Thank you, Charles. Hey, man, I actually did look a little bit younger shaving the beard off. I was kind of surprised. The only thing I found was a third chin. Wasn't real excited about that. I think that's why I had the beard. Brandon Vale, my brother in Montrose, Colorado. Did you get his pictures?
No.
That you were supposed to send him and his brother?
Aren't they in the trailer?
I don't know. I don't know if they're in the trailer, but we'll get those out to you, Brandon. Susan Jones said, "Oh hell no, he will go buy it himself."
Brandon, it's John's fault.
Yeah, I know. It's been crazy around here with all the weather and new propane tanks and the craziness that's been going on. And Richard, so we got we'll talk a little bit about this weekend at back here down in the South, Hub City Drag Strip, the first drag strip I ever went to back in 1972. Hub City Dragway, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. August 4th, they have the Battle of the State Grudge Match. Gates open at 2, and the track will be live at 4. $20 spectators, $35 test and tune. Then the following weekend, Hub City Drag Strip has August 10th and 11th, Prep Yourself event. Prep yourself. I did get a message from Scott Taylor from Hub City, and I was supposed to call him, but I just got too busy, and I didn't. So, Scott, if you're listening, I apologize for not getting back with you. I've been trying to get in touch with him for a while, and I just couldn't make it. I couldn't make it work this week with everything that was going on, and then the whole propane incident. But next weekend, my buddy, the Godfather Barry Nicholson, will be there, along with Scott Taylor, John Doe. The Bird Boys will be there. Let's see. W.T. Keys will be there. Shocker will be there. The Lizard, The Fugitive, and more of your street outlaw favorites, and even some of your not favorites.
But they'll be favorites by the time they're done.
But they'll be
favorites.
They'll be there. They'll be there. But then I got my boys Cody Hollers and Mike Carter. Oh, Ice Maker. Those guys are from the 405. I'd like to see them guys come out here. You know, they're not the $500,000 cars.
Yeah, they got a little grease under their fingers.
Yeah, they don't have the $500,000 cars. They're still guys that are working and banging and racing.
And playing t-ball.
Yeah, little t-ball, a little soccer and things like this. So
Cody plays t-ball.
Yeah. But I'd really like to see some of those guys get out here and come. And I like Barry and Scott and those guys. I love those guys. JJ, Brian, my buddy Brian Britt, I love those guys. But you've got the guys with the $500,000 cars, and then you got the guys who don't have the $500,000 cars, but they have just as much fun, and some of them are pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
So
that's the ones I like the best.
Yeah.
The sweat and tears.
That's it. And as much as I really don't like the guy on Street Outlaws, Dominator. Yes, Dominator with the Dodge.
There's a few of them I don't like.
But Dominator's a bald-headed guy.
Nah.
He's the one with the old Dodge truck.
Yeah.
I never met the guy, but he is just like moving up through that pack. But he's more of a normal guy. And one episode last year, I heard him say something broke on his car. He goes, "I'm done." He goes, I don't have another one to put in. I don't have the money to buy this right now. So that's how we are. That's kind of racing we are.
If it's broke down, we just have to book it for a hard.
That's it, man. If it's broke down and won't crank and something's wrong, we just have to clean it up real good and have it at a con, have it at a horror con or a comic con, or that way we book it at the events where it's indoors and they don't want any fuel in it or fluids in it or battery in it.
Yep.
So yeah.
You said JJ a minute ago. I heard something about him, or actually I found something out about him. You know how many kids that dude has?
No.
11.
He's got 11. JJ the Boss has got 11 kids.
JJ the Boss has 11 kids and 5 grandkids.
And 5 grandkids. Holy crap.
No, it wasn't. It was holy something.
Man. I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know where he's originally from.
Memphis.
No.
Where?
Arkansas.
So we may have one of JJ's kids working for us. Oh man.
He may have some kidsins.
Some kidsins. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good.
You don't know.
But yeah, this weekend and next weekend at Hub City Drag Strip, it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, that's going to be a good race weekend. Both weekends will be a good race weekend. This week is a 1 day, next week is a 2 day. Let's see. And Cody, Mike Carter said, not even close. And Cody said, we work hard on them for sure. East Coast Feelers, Jim Cummins has joined. Hey, man, how you doing, Jim? Let's see. This thing is just scrolling down so fast. Cody Holler said that we came out to Mississippi last year to race on the show Grudge Race. We didn't know Cody then and Mike then. So man, we missed out. It was
again this year.
Yeah. If you got something else, you know where it is, and you can get out this way, man. Give us a call. Let us know because we will come see you. Charlie Benson, we had so much fun towing on an open trailer and beating them all with used parts.
That's awesome.
Charlie Benson.
Yes.
Mark Zitterkoff has joined. Mark is another one of our buddies from down on the coast, down in Waveland, Mississippi. Let's see. He said they don't call them clones, they call them cousins. Man, I've got no more moonshine.
Tragic. Where's Cuevas?
Cuevas is not joined in tonight.
I tagged him. He's running from you.
He's hiding. So, all right. Man, I'm out of moonshine. I got some out in the shop in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Some of the coconut.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wasn't making a suggestion.
I'm glad.
You wouldn't run out there and get that for me?
It's raining. I could melt.
It's not raining hard.
Training.
Chris, I will get back. I'll get with you on that and let you know. We've got some TNT we need to do hopefully next weekend and the weekend after to work out a few little bugs and get some track time, some seat time on her. I tried to crank it up again this evening. I got to change the plugs. I think I fouled a few plugs last week.
Let's hold them butterflies open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That'd be awesome, Chris. Go
that.
with him, and I can grab one of my girlfriends and go have some margaritas.
There you go. Now, once again, I want to remind everybody coming up October 3rd in Pass Christian, Mississippi is the first annual Bowtie Nation C10 Chevrolet Truck Show. My buddy Wade Moonshine Cuevas and Derek, the print man Ladner, have been putting this awesome event together, and I'll have more information on that in the upcoming weeks. Oh, I'm getting thumbs up. At least it's not JT. But mark that on your calendar, October 3rd, Pass Christian, Mississippi, the week of Cruising the Coast. The Adrian's Fury Dragster will be there along with Jezebel, the Southern Horror Queen's 500 horsepower blood red Z28 Camaro that's from the book Soulmate, book one of the Adrian's trilogy, now under her new publisher. Can I say it on the radio? Batshit Crazy Publishing. She will be there autographing books, pictures, T-shirts. It's going to be the first year of a debut C10 Chevrolet truck show from the Bowtie Empire. It's going to be awesome. Oh, yeah, by the way, the dragster, I'll be there with the dragster, and we'll have shirts and pictures and stuff like that. But I'll do that, Chris. I will message you. You know, out of all the people I've talked to about helping me on the car, I'll tell you something about Chris Johansson.
What's that?
Chris Johansson is the person who first got me working on cars.
Really?
Chris Johansson was the first person who got me working on cars. When his brother worked for Dad,
yeah.
Chris would work on some of Dad's stuff every now and then.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah. So that's. But
so he's a miracle worker.
Yeah, Chris is a miracle worker.
Okay.
But then Chris would come over to the house, and I had an old. I think at that time I had a '63 Chevrolet truck that I was working on, and Chris came over and helped me a little bit with it.
That orange truck?
No, you never saw this. This was just primer. It was just a primer red truck I had while I was in 11th grade, and then I gutted it, pulled the motor, transmission, powertrain out of it, and put it in my first Camaro, the '67 Camaro. That's the one we set on fire in auto shop.
Oh.
And then they used every extinguisher. We had a little smoldering ash under one of the seats, and they used every extinguisher in the shop to make sure the fire in the car was out. I looked like I was a cocaine dealer every time I drove the car. It was just white powder flying out of it. That stuff, I had vacuumed everything, swept everything, done everything I could. You could see no more white powder in that car. I'd get out, I'd hammer the throttle, poof. But yeah, Chris was, when he just said that a few minutes ago, that is probably the one person I would want to help me on the car, but I would never have thought that I could get him to help me on the car.
That's so awesome.
So yeah, Chris Johansson. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He used to have that straight white hair. It was just, it was blonde or platinum, but it was just straight. And then he used to wear these little round black sunglasses.
Nice.
Yeah, it was funny. It was cool. So let's see. I'm kind of excited that I got to talk with Larry the other day, and I'm hoping that Larry has a real good weekend up in Ontario.
Too far north for me.
Nah, you'd love it up there. Hey, yeah, right now it's about 65 at night.
That's cold.
Yeah, no. And hey, in the daytime, it gets into the mid-70s.
It's too long of a drive.
But just think, if we went up there, we could see Charlie Benson and Raffaella, and we could stop by Tantillo Farms Bakery and eat.
You can eat here. That's too long of a drive.
But they've got those apple cider donuts. And they got lobster. I saw they did something special with lobster.
And they got FedEx.
Well, no. If you want to go there, we'll do that. So I'm out of moonshine. I've talked about our racing events that we had this weekend. I'd kind of like to go to Hattiesburg.
Can you go Saturday?
No, it's a Friday race.
Well, why don't you go do that Friday, and I'll go pick up Red or TC. And
Because we're going to see.
well, I was gonna say we could go do that. The girls could go do that.
Well, I can go the second week. I can go next weekend to
Okay.
the Outlaw Grudge race.
But is that test and tune?
No, I'm not talking about test and tune. I'm just talking about I wanted to go to the race.
I want you test and tune.
So do I. I guess I'll talk a little bit about cigars now.
You can do that.
We got a new cigar company that I'm kind of liked. I kind of gave them some grief one day this week because, or one day over the weekend because I sent them a message. I didn't get I got an auto respond. I didn't realize it was an auto respond, and I was pissed off when I got it. So I kind of hammered them.
Oh.
So I want to say something about them. Is this them? Yep, this is them. New cigar company, Serious Cigars.
They're seriously mad at you.
Yeah, they're seriously mad at me right now. So I'd really like to seriously make this up to Serious Cigars. Ron, it has Ron's Corner on Serious Cigars website. So Ron, I guess, is the owner, and he does the picks of his picks of the week and things like that, the specials that he wants to do. But I got to tell you, after I sent them a bad email, which I haven't apologized yet for, but I'm doing that on the show. I am big enough man to admit when I was wrong, and I apologize to Serious Cigars. But I got those Florida Oliva Gold cigars, my shop cigars that I've been smoking for, 10 years? Those, when I started smoking those cigars, they were $1.39 each. Now, after 10 years, I've seen those cigars $5 a piece. Now I don't pay that for them.
That's what I was fixing to say.
I don't pay that for them. But, yeah, and $5 a piece for that cigar. So in 10 years, I have made that cigar famous. Because you've got to look at, I always talk about it every time we've gone to cons, I'm smoking that cigar. Every time we're at events, I'm smoking that cigar. People hang out, the hang-arounds in the shop, I'm smoking that cigar. Ran into some guys who wanted to put something else in the cigar, and they were in the cigar shop looking for some cigars. And I told them, I said, man, this is what you want. I said, use this one. This is a good cigar. Yeah. So
not the tobacco.
yeah. So they hollowed it out, I'm sure, and put some other substance in it. But it was a good cigar for them to do that with because it has a real nice flavor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you made that cigar just like your dad did. He made Maker's Mark.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I made that cigar like Daddy made Maker's Mark. But cigars, Serious Cigars sells those cigars in a 20 box bundle for $49.95. That's less than $2.50 a cigar.
Pretty good.
So I mean that is $3 less, $2.50 less, because Randy charges like $4.69 for them. But then I've got a little discount that I get added to mine, so it's less than that. But I mean that is, it's a great cigar. It's like I said, whenever we do cons, whenever we do events, whenever we're anywhere, I'm anywhere smoking cigars. And look at the guys that we've had who are the cigar snobs: Johnny Jenkins, Claus, Conrad Claus, Wayne. Daniel, the sheriff's brother. What was his name? Troy?
Troy.
Just the cigar snobs that I know and have come out to the shop and come out here with $10 and $15 cigars, and I pull one of those out and they start smoking that and they forget, man, what is this? Where did you get this? Where can I find these?
You can tell them they have $10 a stick. Give you $50, you pick up 4 or 5.
Yeah, I pick up $5. But
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, but this is a 25 off coupon for Serious Cigars. So Serious Cigars, we're going to tag you in this video. We're putting your coupon code up here. Putting it on Periscope, putting it on YouTube, putting it on Facebook, putting it on the Edge Radio US. It's for 25% off. And then if you want Roma Craft Cro-Magnon Knuckle Draggers, a 5-pack, they've got those for $21.95 with the checkout code, discount code SCBB71. So I mean, I'm giving this out. I've really got to make up some ground with these guys at Cigars, Serious Cigars. So I want to push these. And then they've got the 25, and these are Olivas. It's an Oliva mixed collection, number 7, $34.95. Discount code is SC for Serious Cigars, BB74. That's SCBB74 for this wonderful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. I may have to order some of these.
We go, yeah.
So, yeah, Serious Cigars. Check this out. Give it to you over here on YouTube and Periscope. Check them out, Serious Cigars. I like these guys. They don't have a lot of fluff in their packages that they send to you. They sent me a box that was padded. It had fresh cigars in it. They weren't dried out or stale like some of the other companies have sent. But it was a nice surprise. I was happy with it. Now, I have a public service announcement from Uncle Jesse. Our buddy Jesse Holmes, Southern Outlaw Gassers, has got a friend of his named John and his wife. I'm going to read this. He has got a car for sale. Okay. So I want to help promote that on the show a little bit and get it out there where people can share it, and there may be somebody interested. And let's see. Your wife remembers when I flipped my truck in her front yard of her parents' house. I saw her, thought I had died, and was looking at an angel. Well, let me tell you something, Chris.
Don't go there.
I'm not going to make a comment on that. I agree with you totally. And Charlie Benson said, we have extra room and y'all are always welcome, anytime. So, all right. So Jesse Holmes, Uncle Jesse, Southern Outlaw Gassers, put this ad up for a guy getting out of racing. John and his wife, fantastic Southern Outlaw Gasser friends, has a 1951 Studebaker Starlight Coupe Gasser. Ooh. Mr. John is 73 years old, and it's time to give it up. The racing and maintenance is getting too much for him, so he's selling this car. It's a package deal. The car is powered by a 612-inch cubic Ford engine. The engine has trick flow heads on it. Intake with two 1050 carburetors. The ad also says it would take too long to list everything in this engine, so please call him for details. The car comes with a spare 545 cubic inch Ford engine with P51 heads, a 1250 CFM quick fuel carb. Both engines have head and main studs plus girdles on heads and crank. The car has a power glide transmission with all the bells and whistles in it. High dollar torque converter. Rear end is an 8.8 Ford rear end with 390 gears, 35 spline axles, disc brakes on all four corners. Also comes with an enclosed trailer with air condition, microwave, cabinets, and sink. There's another line on the next page. I have way more in this car than what I'm asking for it. Must buy it as a package deal. Price is $30,000. You can call Mr. John. It's not me, but Mr. John at area code 337-667-7311 for more details. So if you're interested in a Studebaker,
Hell of a deal.
a Studebaker gasser with a 612 and a 545 engine, a 612 with a backup 545 cubic inch engine with P51 heads. Now this is all Ford crap, Ford stuff. I don't have any idea what any of this Ford stuff is. What are you playing with there?
I don't know what
That's a body. That's a body mass. Checking your body mass index. It's a caliper that you check to see, your fat ratio. On my arms, I checked my fat ratio. I was like 4%, but then when I did my chin, it was like 35. So I got to do something about this. I got to do some, I don't know.
I'm 18.
You're 18?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Is that your?
It's my BMI.
Oh, BMI. Okay. Body mass index. Okay. That's cool. But please give Mr. John a call. Let me give you that number one more time. 337-667-7311. That is for his 1951. Crap. 1951 Studebaker Starlight Coupe Gasser. 73 years old. Been doing it for a long time. It's just getting too much for him. Maintenance, keeping upkeep on the car, keeping it clean. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm a lot younger than he is, and I feel it. So, all right. You look at me like that. It wasn't a good look either. So let's see. What else would you like to talk about? We got about 10 more minutes, 9 more minutes.
Fury will be out in the next couple of weeks.
The re-release of Adrian's Fury, the second book of the Adrian's trilogy,
Yes.
the vampire series,
Yes.
horror, and erotica,
Yes, indeed.
will be out next week. It will be
Totally,
it will be available at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, all your classic places to buy books. And if you want an autographed copy of that, inbox Lynn at Southern Horror Queen.
That's it.
Southern Horror Queen. Buy a book, she'll autograph it and send it to you.
Yes, indeed.
And the cover on that thing is awesome.
I'm telling you, they do fantastic.
And this is Adrian's Fury. This is the book. The book 2 is Fury, and that's what the dragster is. The dragster is Adrian's Fury. So
That ought to tell y'all something.
yeah. Welcome to my world. Love you.
Wow.
All right, everybody. We didn't have any calls in tonight. I expected a couple, but hey, people get busy. I've been busy, so I can't harsh them for not calling in.
No.
But is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
All right, everybody. I really want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you've got any upcoming race events anywhere in the country, if you've got anything for sale that you want to get rid of, shoot me an inbox. I'll do it just like I did Mr. John's ad and Uncle Jesse's ad on the show, so that gets a lot more people looking at it. If you're in Grand Bend, Ontario, Canada this weekend, stop by the 19th annual Mopar race and see Larry Dixon. My buddy, Larry Dixon. Just walk up to him, slap him on the back, and say, hey, that's from Johnny Blender. He'll love you. He'll probably give you a hat or something. So yeah, if you're in the area of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, please stop by and see our friends Scott Taylor and the bunch at Hub City Dragway in their grudge of the grudge match of the state grudge match.
State grudge match.
So that'll be interesting. That'll be good.
I think that would be good.
That'd be good. Gates open at 2. Tracks hot at 5 or 4. Yep. $20 for spectators, $35 for test and tune. So yeah. And then if you see that, the big guy, kind of burly, kind of beard, sandy hair, kind of reddish, sandy brown, reddish, dirty. I don't know. That's Scott Taylor. Walk up, pat him on the back and tell him that Johnny Blender sent you. I'm going to get somebody hit, aren't I?
Yeah.
All right. As long as yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. I really appreciate you for tuning in. Catch us next week. We got a bunch of new stuff coming on. Please, if you want to do any advertising on our radio station, it's picking up. It's going to get some really good numbers. We're getting a lot of people listening to it in a lot of countries.
And I'm surprised how long the average listening session is.
The average listening
That's
session,
awesome.
the first couple of weeks we had the station up, the averaging listening was 18 minutes. People were listening to it for 19 minutes was the average. Now, the average listening time per listener was, what was it the other
like
day?
47 minutes.
No, it's actually,
minutes.
I think it was
It's gone
56. Yeah, I think
Oh, okay.
56 is what the last thing I looked
Better.
at. So everybody who's listening to it is listening to it for averaging 56 minutes.
That's
So
awesome.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then it also gives me the amount of data that's listened to. So we're in the 3 or 4 gigabyte range of what's being listened to.
That's really
So when
good.
you figure a song is about 2.5 to 3 megabytes, and we've got that many gigabytes of data, we've got a lot of listeners.
Yep.
In
a short while.
But we've been
Fast.
working on it hard. We've been pushing it. Don't forget, if you need the app, you can go to the Google Play Store, download the app, The Edge Radio US, The Edge Radio US, or you can go to the Edge Radio US Facebook page and click the app. Or you can
Go to authorlyngibson.com and click on the Edge Radio US tab.
The Edge Radio US. So thanks everybody for listening. Catch us next week. Chris, I'll be giving you a call a little later, probably in the morning. I got to eat some dinner. I didn't have enough moonshine, so I need dinner. But yeah, thanks everybody. Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, The Edge Radio US. Good night, everybody. Have a great week. La da dee, la da da.